relationship with horses is evolving. I want to try and take this to a whole new level. Since I was 6 months old, horses have been a big part of my world. Now I want to learn more about theirs. I want to take away all the boundaries, leaving them with a choice. On the island, there will be no restraint, no restrictions, no boundaries or fences. They will either choose to be part of my plan, or they won't. I'm Emma Massingale, and I'm a professional horse trainer. I've dedicated much of my life to finding new ways of working with these awesome animals. I broke my back in 2012, which made me realise just how short my time of working with them might be. I want to make the most of it now. I came up with the idea for the Island project about a year ago. I wanted to push the way I work as far as I could, to work with the horses in complete freedom. I'll be travelling more than 600 miles, nearly 1,000 kilometres by road and water from my home in North Devon. I'll be taking with me my herd of ponies to take them back to the landscape of their roots, Connemara National Park on the west coast of Ireland. On a deserted island off the Irish coast for a whole month, it will be just me, my herd of ponies, 70 acres of wilderness, and 2 new, unhandled ponies. I'll attempt to persuade these 2 new faces to join my team and ultimately let me ride them. Using my knowledge of their natural behaviour and herd instincts, with no ropes, no equipment, just me and them.
Where are we going, guys?
I'll also be trying my hand at survival, taking only very basic rations and the tools I need to find my own food and water. For both myself and the ponies, it'll be a venture into the wild. This is my first time ever doing anything like this, so I'll be learning as I go along. I don't even particularly like camping. I wanted to share my adventure with everyone along the way, so we'll be filming my journey with the camera I've just picked up and been shown how to use.
Get out of it, you lot!
Training horses in this way has never been done before. I've no idea how it will actually work out. I'm hoping to find a better way.
This is a proper adventure. Oh my God.
My relationship with the Connemara Ponies started a while ago. As a breed, they're renowned for their hardiness and laid-back character, which is why I fell in love with them in the first place. At home, I have a herd of these ponies that I train to work together. Here in Connemara, they are like part of the landscape. The first part of my project is to find 2 untamed ponies to come with me to the island. Many of the ponies at the sales in Connemara National Park have been rounded up straight from the hills nearby, where they have up until this point roamed freely. I'm looking for a pony that has up until now had very little to no contact with humans. I have to try and find the lot numbers that I've marked off in the catalogue. You just get a feel when you start looking at them, you just get a feel whether they might be suitable. Just see behind me. This one, just behind me here, is the one I've marked off. So I'm going to have a little look at him and see if he might be suitable. I'm looking for personalities that will fit naturally into the pecking order of my herd. Not too dominant, as they would be natural leaders, but not too submissive, because they need to play key roles within my small herd. It's hard to make a judgment in just the space of a couple of hours before each one is auctioned. Body language between the ponies and instinct is what I'm mainly going on.
This pony in here is showing like the whites of his eye, showing that he's naturally quite nervous, quite timid. And if I stand up on here, you can watch, he instantly says, I'd rather be out of here.
In this pen, there's a pony I've marked off, as I thought I liked his breeding, but his behaviour is completely inappropriate for the teamwork. As you can see, he doesn't like the others in his personal space. He's clearly not a team player. I've been here a few hours now. I haven't really found anything that I think would be suitable. It's a bit of a worry, as I need to try and find my island ponies. found two that I think might be suitable. Let's hope the bidding goes to plan. So I'm just waiting for the pony that I saw at the pens. He's just about to come into the ring now. I'm quite nervous, so I'm not sure I'm going to get him because a lot of people will be looking at him and he looks pretty smart.
A 1,600 on the very top now, gentlemen, a 1,600 bid, 1,800 I have, at 1,800 a bid. Any advance at 1,800 now, 1,900, 2,000 bid, 2,000 I have it left-handed now, at 2,000 a bid, you all done 2,000 on the market selling. Every minute the buying bid and I sell against you both, I go left-handed. At 2,000 I take 100 bid, 2,100 sell top of the right, at 2,001 a bid, every bid the buying bid, and we're selling now at 2,100s, hold on. 2,100 sold in top. Thank you very much. 21.5.
Woohoo! I got a pony! Last cup of tea at home. I don't know how I'm going to survive without tea. That will be a challenge.
My idea is to take my 14 ponies to the island with me. They're going to be like the equipment that I have. They already understand a relationship with me and each other, and their strength as a herd will hopefully make the project possible.
Freeloader. Don't worry, I need to get up. I bought my first Connemara. Little did I know. I was just wondering if the horses could tell whether they were, back home or not. They've started to call a little bit in the last hour or so I'm not sure if that's because they're fed up of being in the lorry or because they can smell and sense their home. It's the coolest adventure. Good. I think, yeah, Porrick had these ones. Hello, you're right.
Good, you're welcome. Yeah. You got here anyway.
It's a long drive. So that's Porrick. Porrick has actually helped me set this entire project up. It's Porrick who I emailed asking if he knew of an island, and it's his brother-in-law that owns the island. And Porrick runs the Clifton Pony Sales. So I've known Porrick since I bought my first connies here. And I'm so tired I've now shut the gates the wrong way around.
The bad weather has delayed going to the island for a few days, so I've decided to put the ponies all together for the first time. Evanos is a lot stronger than I first thought, and despite being a year younger than Atlantis, I think he's got his work cut out. These bachelor games are about control. I shall attempt to use this behaviour when I'm on the island.
The camera. Wish you the best of your luck. And I'll see you in a moment.
Yep, see you soon.
Take care.
So that's it. I'm here on the island. It's a bit sad saying goodbye, but I think that's just the excitement, really. It's been so long building up to doing this that can't quite believe I'm still here. But I think reality's going to set in a minute because I've got all that lot to move up onto shore before the tide comes in, so my ponies have all cleared off up over the island to explore, so I'm going to get to work. Wow. This is so amazing. Can't believe it. It's so beautiful. Ah, feel fine now. Get to work. Check this place out, look. It's amazing. It's incredible. Perfect day. You can see the ponies up over the hill. So now this is where the hard work starts. God, who thinks this survival stuff's easy? I might hear you lot going, why don't you empty the barrels first? Because I don't want to. I want to struggle on my own. There's a man when you need one. Welcome to my humble abode. This is home for the next, month, whole month. Wow.
I wanted to make my own experience as close as possible to what this return to the wild will feel like to the ponies. Therefore, I've only brought with me very basic survival rations like rice and the tools to find my own food and water.
Still got a slight yellow-brown tinge to it. Hope it tastes better than it looks. Gonna go check on my ponies. 70 acres is quite a large area for 6 ponies. Not quite sure where they're going to be. Oh, look. Here they are. You can just see them down over. They look really happy. Hey, Niles. Atlanta's got an itch. Hello. Hey, Landy. What do you think of the view? It's nice, isn't it? Like it?
It's so nice to have my herd here. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd be feeling pretty alone right now. The water looks really calm and nice, so gonna give it a try. I'm now armed and dangerous. Watch out, fish. I actually think that'd be quite safe. It's so much tougher than it looks. The fish are so much faster than on YouTube.
Just about to go out and have a go on my supboard. See if I can catch something for dinner.
I've been trying to catch a fish all afternoon with no luck, and I'm feeling pretty defeated. It could be a long month ahead with the rice-only diet.
Morning. It's the first morning on the island, and all I've heard all night is seagulls. They don't shush at all. They literally squawk all night long. Morning, boy. What are you doing down here? We have a trowel, very glamorous, and blue paper, and then a perfectly good rock over there.
I'm feeling a bit more motivated this morning after my failed attempts at fishing yesterday. I've decided to use Plan B for today's meal.
I've had a fantastic time rummaging for cockles, and you can really find them quite easily, and I think lunch is looking quite promising. The ponies have found their favourite spot on the island already, this sort of plateau area here. They love it. They seem to just come up here and nod off and go to sleep. You can see that they're all flat out, except Comet, who's standing guard. So they don't feel quite safe enough that they should all lie flat, but I don't think it's going to take them long. It's a bit weird not talking to anyone, isn't it?
I'm trying to gently but confidently control the herd decisions in this new environment. This must be quite a strange idea for Echo and Evanos, but they can see the way that the rest of the herd accept this, which makes this concept much easier to get across.
Oh, no. Calypso, that is disgraceful. And you haven't had goggles for lunch.
Okay, I know you can't understand the other side, right?
I've been on the island for 4 days now, and I'm starting to feel like we're getting used to island life. Today I'm going to start working with my herd like I do at home. The way I usually work with them, they are used to being ridden with no equipment, except a training stick, which is an extension of my arm, which I only ever use for direction. I'm a bit nervous that they'll have forgotten everything, or won't want to be part of it anymore, now that they've adapted to this new, wilder way of life. The newbies are trying to sabotage my team.
Good pony, well done. Good pony. Teamwork. All right, new place, darling. New place. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
This is so great. My herd have still accepted my decisions as theirs. They haven't let the new ponies or the environment take over. I've had a brainwave and I found a place to create an island bath. This barrel has been collecting water all night. I'd like to move it somewhere sunnier. Hopefully it'll heat up a bit. A nice idea.
So, this is the key part in the documentary, or on the programme, where I break my back purely because I'm trying to get a wide shot and a close-up shot. So I've now pushed my barrel back over and gonna record lifting it again. Perfect.
Gradually I've been spending more and more time with the 2 untamed ponies. They're getting more inquisitive all the time and seem interested in what I'm doing with the herd. They seem intrigued by my cues and are keen to get involved. My first task with the new 2 is going to be to get them to understand the idea of lining up in formation. This is the foundation of all the work that I do with the herd.
I know you don't like them, but I do. No, be nice to him, please. And back. I'll beat him up, then we'll see back.
This is great. I can't believe how keen they are to please. I guess to secure their place within the herd, they clearly picked up lots from observing the other horses' behaviour.
The ponies seem genuinely so happy to be poking around on the island. They've got much more savvy at finding where the waters are, finding different grasses, and they generally seem to enjoy having things to do. When I think back to how we keep horses at home in England, and we keep them in these rectangular fields, it must be so unbelievably boring for them. Is this bonding, is it? Ooh, no tongues allowed.
Evanos is really inquisitive, but quite dominant. I'm going to ask him to lay down, just like he did with Atlantis, over the lead role within our herd. It's a perfectly natural thing for a horse to do. I find it takes the relationship with me to a whole new level. He becomes calmer around me and can have confidence in my choices.
Son. Good boy. Down. Down. Good boy. Good lad. Lie flat, like a pancake. Good boy. Well done. That's better. Good boy. Right. He's so cute. You're supposed to be royal. Can I get over you? Good boy. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Wake up, pony. Wake up. Everyone else, I'm gonna do ya. Too gorgeous. Completely zongoed. I know he's testing your patience, isn't he? Because he won't get up. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Get up, you lazy bone. Good boy. Up. No. No. Too hot. See you later, guys.
Despite my success with the herd, I'm starting to hit my first down patch on the island. After 8 days, things are getting quite tough. For the first time, I feel I'm quite alone.
The nights have been really tough. Where I put my tent, it's on a slope, so I tend to slip down to the front of the tent. The ground is rock hard, and I have bad back anyway since I broke it a couple of years ago. And yeah, I've been really struggling at night. During the day, it's been fantastic. The weather's been amazing, and ponies are on excellent form, and yeah, it's all been going hunky-dory. But night time. So I've decided to address the problem. I've now collected a load of heather, as I'm going to try and make a bit of a mattress underneath my tent. It needs to be underneath because there's quite a few ticks around this time of year here. So I'm going to put it underneath and put a mat on top, and then put my tent on top of that. And hopefully that's going to work as a bit of a mattress. Give it anything for a good night's sleep. Ah.
Morning. Ah, oh, that's so much better. Oh my god. That's the first proper night's sleep I've had in a week. And it feels amazing. The heather mattress worked a treat. It made the bed so much more comfortable. Just being off the floor, off the actual hard ground, I think just made all the difference. And to make it even better this morning, all I can hear outside is chomp, 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 chomp. As there are 6 little ponies right outside my tent having their breakfast. So, perfect start to the day.
You may be familiar with Google Translate, or perhaps using an app on your phone. Well, here on the island, these are my equine translators. These 4 ponies here are helping me to translate right, left, go and stop, and to be able to accept me on their backs to these 2 new, completely green, unbroken horses. Right, 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 good. Lay, lay, and whoa. Good ponies. That was great. Right, walk on. Empty. Come. Good boy. Team, whoa. Good boy, good boy. Good boy, Evsy. Good boy. So Nala stopped brilliantly off my cue straight away, and Evanos is probably half a second behind. So I'm going to give it another go and see if Evanos can get a little bit quicker. Team, whoa. Good boy. That has to be the worst night's sleep I've ever had. It rained really hard all night, and I think I have more water on the inside of my tent than I do on the outside. Like, it's disgusting. My tent is leaking like a sieve. In fact, I think a sieve would be more useful on the island than my tent is right now. It's not funny. And I've got a really bad backache. Not sure if it's from lifting my bath, the water barrel, or whether it's just from sleeping on the hard ground. But I certainly remember every reason that I hated camping as a kid. Oh, it's horrible. And what's worse is I'm now turning into a proper whinger. And I'm really, really, really hungry. Great. Feeling quite excited. I just came across a nest of, I'm always saying that. Why do I always say that? I'm not always excited. It's pretty miserable earlier, to be honest. The weather's been but now I feel better. It is better. I sound like a nut job. That's what 10 days on your own does for you. You know that? 10 whole days. 5, 10.
Everything seems harder in bad weather. The survival stuff is definitely a fair weather game. I hate fishing. I'd even choose ironing, given the choice.
It's been raining all day, and I've been trying for hours to catch a fish, but I finally caught one. Woohoo! I've got a fish, I got a fish, I got a fish, woohoo! I got a fish. Let's go cooking for dinner. I got a fish. I have absolutely no idea how to gut a dogfish, but I'm gonna give it a go. Okay, it's good to go. Oh, it's the first proper meal I've had since I came here, apart from sort of prawns and cockles. It tastes incredible, like absolutely incredible. Oh, I needed that.
Now that it's finally stopped raining, I can get back to working with my herd. I was worried they might have forgotten me.
Good boy. Okay. Good boy. Yeah, you see? Well, that's nice. Lovely. Actually, I was pretty nice, but hey. Where are we going, guys?
Come on, come on. Steady. Team woo. Nice. Beautiful.
My training has been going really well with Evanos and Echo.
Good boy. Okay, good. There's my little man. Come on then, Melody. Evanos. Oh my God, you lot are just brilliant.
Evanos, lay. 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 Evanos, right. Good. Evanos, right. Good boy. Right. Back.
After teaching them the basic direction signals that I use with the rest of my herd, I've been gradually leading up to the moment to be able to get on him. I start by putting weight on their backs, then gradually I lay over myself.
Good boy. Good lad. Good boy.
They don't even flinch. I can't believe it.
Good lad.
My tent has not been holding out well and it's driving me crazy. I figured out why. I bought the wrong one. I bought a high altitude tent instead of a wet weather one. Brilliant. No wonder it's been leaking. Turns out I could have done with some better survival knowledge after all. Oh well, I've decided to move into a cave to give myself a change of scene. Why not?
Welcome to my cave. This is where the nutters live.
Get a book on your nose. Looking beautiful.
As we're on the west coast of Ireland, I decide to dig some peat to attempt lighting a fire.
Whoa! See, men don't hold the monopoly on this survival stuff. Piece of cake. Yeah.
Evanos and Echo are now confident with me laying over. It's time for my first ride.
Hey, good boy.
Go on. Go on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Well done. Lay. Good boy. Good pony. Well, nice. Riding on the pony. Cool. Good boy. Lay. 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 Good. Lay. Nice. Leg. Yay, good pony. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Well done, sausage. And whoa. Good lad, well done. On the island there's some really fun in-house entertainment. So behind me is what I call the lagoon, which is where the island splits in two at high tide. And it has this water passage. And if you're into a bit of boxing, well, if you put on your snorkel and you head down under the water there, you can watch the shore crabs and the velvet crabs go head to head with their pincers, and they're fighting underneath the water. Or if you're more into a bit of soap action, then there's nothing nicer than watching the oyster catchers. And they are chit-chattering away, and they gossip to the seagulls, and they have, goodness only knows what they're saying to the terns and things, and I'm sure not all of it's super polite. So whenever you feel low, or I feel like, oh gosh, I might be starting to feel a bit low, I'll just give myself a bit of a kick up the backside and get out and go and do something. Supposed to be going a bit faster. Doesn't mean buck me off, it means just go a little bit faster, okay? Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Evanos wasn't really understanding the whole transition to trot thing.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Not really grasping forward, are we?
I've picked up Atlantis, as he already knows how to trot from my voice. This should help Evanos.
Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Land. Good boy. Team, whoa. Oh my God. I've absolutely loved making my island banquets, and I think this one has to top it all as my favourite. I've got sea urchin stuffed rice, which I'm looking forward to trying. I've never tried a sea urchin, and I certainly have never cooked one before. I've got my prawns, cockles, mussels, and then my favourite of the rock salmon or dogfish that is more commonly known. And there's something really special about presenting it rather nicely as well. When you've got this beautiful backdrop, it seems to be only fitting to make it look just as beautiful as the surrounding you're going to eat it in. I first had Pony when I was 6 months old. But when I first got into horses, really wanting to learn how to become a trainer, the most amazing thing was when we could break horses in without being cruel to them, without anyone being unkind to them or using any form of physical restraint to hold them or mechanical tools to help us along our way. It's absolutely blown me away that I could even ever consider that this would ever be a possibility. To be able to train a horse completely free here where they can roam literally wherever they like over the island and have the horses choose to want to work with a human, with my other 4 team ponies. It's absolutely amazing, and I just can't believe it's actually possible. Let's go, Bills. here on the island has definitely changed me and changed the ponies as well, I think. When I first came here, I saw the island at one level. Like, I could hear the horses neigh, I could hear a sheep bleat, I could hear the seagulls squawk. But now I've been here a month, I can now hear and see and feel the nature of the island at a much, much deeper level. So I now notice every little bug that goes past. I hear all the little birds, I can hear the bees, I can hear, you know, all these little things that I would just have never, ever have noticed before. The boat's coming, I think this evening, hopefully, weather permitting, to come and get me. So I've been going around just trying to take mental notes and pictures, and I just don't want to forget any of it. I just want to remember it all forever. I can't tell you just what the absolutely most incredible adventure and experience this has been. I don't want it to end now.
Hi. Whew. How you doing? Trying to find you. Huh? Trying to find you. How you did it?
Yes. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. Stay on there. Good lad. Good boy. Hi, Dan.
You had my heart. I knew it from the start. You had my heart. Be it cold inside. And every picture made. And every song that played is tattooed on my skin forever.
It's like, you know, when you read a really good book or you're watching a movie and you desperately want to get it to the end because you want to know how it ends and you want it to have a happy ending. But part of you desperately wants to just stay in it, stay watching it, stay in that moment. And that's definitely how I feel about this